Well, this should be interesting. Back at OFCRA with the 5-minute delay, they're trying to redo the mission from 2 weeks ago. And they've got about 100 people on at the moment. They already had one crash, but the reason they reset it was because someone threw a grenade at OFCRA's spawn and blew up 3 vehicles and killed a bunch of dudes, which I wish I was recording, but that's a-okay. Nonetheless, got a little bit of alcohol here, got some water, got this objective to do again, OFCRA's in 2 separate spawns. Some people are already going, but I think the head of OFCRA just told everyone to wait another minute or so. But it looks like the forces are starting to get underway. Have some tracer fire going out, and from here we should be able to see how everyone gets themselves handled. But we're again under a 5-minute delay, as is standard for OFCRA. But there are 105 players on the operation. Manshot just gave the go-ahead, and now both forces are going to the AOs here. Excellent. So, Blue 4 are the Swedish forces. They have an IFV with them. They've got multiple transport cars here. And they also have a handful of armed cars, which I believe are part of the other group. So let's go ahead and have a look. Yep, you've got one with a GPMG right there, another with a GPMG right there. So 2 GPMG cars and a bunch of transport trucks. Well, actually, no, I think they're actually armored cars would be a better term for them. Then they've got the IFV at the other spawn. And they're going to be fighting Russian forces with a mix of AKs, AS Vals, 2 commandos, which are those 2 officers, or actually 3 officers right there, that are already in the AO. I'll explain why in a second. And a bunch of civilian vehicles they're using for transport. Now, we've also seen them have 1 M2 Technical, which is all the way up there. I want to see... Nope, that's a regular transport Vic. Just a standard civilian off-road. They've got another civilian car right there. And 2 other transports. Wait. Nope, that is a 556 Technical. It's the one from Apex. But anyway, let's go over how this 105-person operation is going to go in terms of points. So the main contested objective is this area where you see these trains have been hit. And there are 2 quote-unquote bombs in play. OPFOR will score 1 point for each of the bombs that are activated in the AO. And Blue 4 will score a point for each of these 2 bombs if they're deactivated. Now, they can constantly be activated and deactivated throughout the operation, so it's all about who maintains control of those bombs, and each bomb is worth a point. Now, there is a second AO up for grabs here at this bus station concerning these 2 buses here. As long as these 2 buses stay in the AO, OPFOR gains 2 points, 1 per bus. If Blue 4 removes them from this little AO right here, this specific purple box, then OPFOR is unable to score the points with respect to how many buses are in the AO. So 1 bus is missing, OPFOR only scores 1 point. Both buses missing, OPFOR scores no points from this objective. Now, Blue 4, to get their 2 points, where those 3 OPFOR commandos you saw earlier spawned, there is a radio jammer here. It's not an actual TFAR jammer, it's just for show, but if Blue 4 takes out this small radio antenna here, then Blue 4 scores 2 points. So that's to counterbalance the 2 bus objective, the 2 buses on that objective, excuse me. And then there's, of course, the supremacy bonus, where if Blue 4 kills all but 5 or less players in the AO, meaning OPFOR is down to 5 or less players, then Blue 4 scores 2 points. And if OPFOR knocks Blue 4 down to 5 or less players, then OPFOR scores 2 points. So with this AO, it's going to primarily focus on OPFOR's defense of multiple objectives in the beginning because they're closer, and ambushing Blue 4's forces coming in. And Blue 4 is going to have to do their best to field their IFV into this AO. Now, looking on both sides, it appears to be Hippie is commanding blue lead, which I think is blue, meaning for blue 4 there. So it's Hippie versus who is commanding red? Flip for Flap. So these two usually play against each other all the time in OFCRA. And you got to remember this is anywhere from a 90-minute to 2-hour event. I believe it's an hour and a half for today. So 1 life across all of that. But otherwise, looks like the stream just went live. Excellent. And hopefully we'll get some interaction here soon. But otherwise, Blue 4 already setting up outside of the AO here. One group has already deployed to try to get some recon data in. We're seeing some ACOG scopes in play here for these guys. And I'm seeing primarily 5.56 rifles. But we might also see a few G3s like that one. That was 7.62, and then a GPMG, which is 7.62 as well. So, mix of 5.56 and 7.62 weaponry. I think only the squad leader had the ACOG there. But looking over at OPFOR, I already mentioned they have a few guys with AS Vals, but it's going to mainly be AKs. And you can see them in play right there. I cannot tell if they're the 5.56, or excuse me, the 5.45 or 7.62 variants, but there is one guy with an AS Val right there. I think that's to counter the G3 we saw earlier. But Altons and some pretty heavy Russian body armor here. We'll see if that makes a difference. Got a PKP there as well. And then AT have tandem heat warheads to try to hit that APC. But they're going to have to get close in order to do that. Looks like OPFOR hit a ditch here and their driver is down. We're also seeing one of the OPFOR commandos here. Actually, all 3 of them are here. And their escort from a different group is unconscious. But all of these guys are given suppressed AKs. That body just ragdolled. It appears he is a marksman as well as his gun gets sucked into the ground there. Yeah, so 2 suppressors. He doesn't have his suppressor on, though. But that looks like 5.45 ammunition there. But how are you guys doing? Wow, chat just exploded. Hope you all are doing okay. And otherwise, we'll see how this operation continues. So Blue 4 primarily focusing on the right. They've got the IFV coming in on the left with some small groups of infantry to join them. I think I see Command over here. NASA, what is he in charge of? I think it's hard to tell. He's definitely an officer of some sorts, but I think he might be a platoon command trying to assist this force. So probably coming on the left right here. Hippie is with Rigel driving back and forth on the top just to see that they don't have any leftover forces that got stranded. Meanwhile, looking over to OPFOR, we do have Knafka here. And Kubaj. But I think they're just representing squad leaders with that officer insignia. And when I Zeus, I usually leave that role for like ground command or JTAC, you know, the really important things. When I see it here, it kind of throws me off a little bit. But they're using that as a squad leader role. Okay, now I know. But let's see. Flip for Flap is staying in the back over here. This is on the left side, which means the radio tower is not far off. And I think he's going to be commanding from this back line here. But Vendolen, thanks for the 500 bits. Really do appreciate it, my man. And I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of some of this Stoli Doli here. Whew. It's a little harsher than usual. We left it soaking in the pineapple for too long. Because after 5 days, the pineapple starts to deteriorate. And that makes some of the harshness that you had suck into the pineapple then diffuse back out. So you really got to time it for 5 days. And then after that, just remove it and put it somewhere else. Because if you don't, then there's no point. But Fox is actually a lot more hurt than I was led on to believe here. These 3 guys have not been able to get him up. But thankfully, Blue 4 hasn't really been deploying anywhere. We got Lolo coming over. He might be a medic to come and assist. Or he's going to go over and pick him up as these 3 commandos try to push into where Blue 4 is deploying. But Blue 4 is doing a massive flank around right here to potentially attack from the south, as OPFOR has tried to be proactively defending the northern positions. That's interesting. I've got Blue 4 in the low ground right here going down the riverbank. I guess to try to flank around. This is a really weird call here. So it's probably going to take Blue 4 another 10 to 15 minutes to fully deploy themselves. My fear here is the way they're stretching all of their forces here. Trying to see where they're trying to be the strongest here. It would indicate that they're going to probably have Overwatch elements on the outside to potentially skirmish with the North and draw OFCRA North. And then the main force Blue 4 has is going to sweep from the south. I don't know if there's a pop-up that happens every time the bomb is the bombs are toggled, excuse me, but if they clear that out and then they go and destroy the radio tower and then go up to the buses, there's a lot of OFCRA forces that would be out of position at that point. As long as Blue 4 is able to maintain their distance with this skirmish. But with 105 players, that's the most I've seen on OFCRA. There's a lot of manpower to make something like this work. And so far, I am kind of agreeing with Hippie's strategy here, especially with the IFV in the far north. You can use that to harass OPFOR and try to make OPFOR respond to it with a little bit of infantry screening. I think it could work. Does the battle music kick in? Nah. We can switch it to something more tactical if you guys want. I just put the music up for myself. Yeah, so they pulled Fox back. I would assume that there's been a medic over here to work on him. I can't tell who the medic is, though, because I don't have any medic symbolism. But I would just assume he's okay. We also have Flechette, who's joined late, and you have PHK driving around way to the south. I think he's just trying to recon on his own here to make sure that Blue 4 isn't trying anything elaborate. But with Blue 4 putting pressure from the opposite side of this attack, I think they'll be A-okay. And you got more OPFOR guys trickling in. Because there's actually like 120 people on the server right now in terms of TeamSpeak, but they were having a little bit of an issue getting them all in, so. And this is not FNF, no, this is OFCRA. That's why the OFCRA command is a thing. And they've been they pulled one of the buses out of the roadblock area. And the other bus is actually just barely out of it as well. So those buses, their positions are updated every few minutes. It looks like they just booped one of the tires, two of the tires on it. I think they actually took those off on purpose, but hard to tell what they're going to do with them. Maybe I'm alright. I'm just looking into other types of videos to do for the main channel because YouTube's deciding to shaft it. And I don't know if that's what's causing my wave of apathy right now, or if I just woke up with the wave of apathy. But I feel like it's the latter, though. I just woke up, and it was just one of those days, you know, where my brain is like, yeah, screw everything. Weren't there bridge? Guys, weren't there bridge textures here a second ago? Or am I actually losing my mind? Because I could have sworn there were bridges. Right? Like, railway bridge. I think I'm just losing my marbles. Okay. That's weird. I mean, they're reported on the map, so they're either hidden, but I could have sworn I saw them earlier. And they should be on the pictures on the website, which is linked in the mission command. Time to drink. I'm done. Oh, that is harsh. Otherwise, IFE being kept in the backline. TSB did update its mod set today, so I have to go check and see what I want to do with it since they failed the CIA campaign first day. I might look into making something easier. Now, we do have 2 guys driving up over here. Again, OFCRA just trying to branch out and see where Blue 4 is going to come from. And with this large force right here already deploying, I gotta wonder what this force is going to try to do. Maybe it's going to try to sneak to the radio here, but there is going to be some resistance. Oh, hold on. Zicky has spotted Hotel Blue moving here in the low ground and initiated a firefight with them, put a few rounds their way. He's the only OPFOR guy that has decent eyes. Put a few shots on Takara. That's making Takara roll back. More shots going left by the auto rifleman. That's at... Nope, that's the 50 cal, but they don't know where to fire here. Did you just get Takara? No. Okay, I thought I saw another blue symbol to his left, but... it's not the case. We can always confirm with skulls. Zicky! Just got shot. Wow. Did Takara just pick him off? Yeah. He's got an ACOG, that's why, but hot damn. So first blood for Blue 4 on OPFOR there. Zicky getting a little more than he bargained for, and he gets counter-sniped. Now you got this Blue 4 force engaging from this northern force. And that might pull more heads to come this direction, which is what Blue 4 wants because they're deploying so many guys to the south. I'm just going to be really curious to know when that IFV comes in, because I believe that IFV could probably like park over here and start trying to get some long-range snipes in with its main gun. But either way, we're only about 17 minutes in. Technically 16 because I started a minute before they called go. So, first death within the first 16 minutes. Usually there's a little more time you see on unit deployment for OFCRA, but just because one person has died, it's not going to make too much of a change here. But what's really going to matter is how does OPFOR respond to that Blue 4 group. Now you got that 50 firing really close to Takara's position. A 50 cal shot, even at this range, could mean certain death. He's going to try to GL it. That's going to be one hell of a shot. All right, come on. Give it to me. Just make a guess. I'm just curious to see if he'll actually hit something. Blue 4 still having a lot of forces on the back line here. That's command actually down there. So they've literally driven around the entire map. Oh, that's not good. Well, it was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? So I noticed all the vehicles stopped. Well, I mean, it seemed to be working well, and then just Thanos snapped, I guess. Ah, what a shame. It's as dead as my YouTube career. Oh, that one hit close to home. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and finish my drink here. Whew, that is harsh. Alright, hearing some gunshots, a little bit of mass disconnects. Yeah, 20 people just got disconnected from the TFAR channel. I guess Zicky was annoyed he got shot early and decided to take his anger out on the server. I think the server just picked back up, though. Maybe, maybe not. Still a bit of rubber banding, as we have the wave of reconnect. The buses were supposed to be roadblocks for the bridge, but they just blew up the bridge instead, so... You don't really need the roadblock if you blow the bridge up, right? Ah, yes, Arma in its natural habitat. No, I'm gonna look into what TSP's doing. What do we have right now? You know, on better news, OFCRA is planning on doing like an 80-person 40k PvP thing on an upcoming Thursday, so that'll be interesting to watch, but I put one of their mission devs in contact with Gorechild. Oh. Well, GG, everybody. I'm thinking this Sunday, I'll do probably like a TSB Among Us game night, and then next Sunday, or next Saturday, excuse me, at around 8, probably do a Gary's mod thing, get 20 people on a server, do TTT, murder, prop hunt, you know, just have fun. Vary the thing, vary the content in that regard. But anyway, that's that. Well, we do have the April Fool's Day Paw Patrol up tonight. For those of you that didn't see the Woodland meme with the bush people, we'll get into that. And Scion, thanks for the 14-month resub. Sorry that the stream has pretty much gone sour at this point, but thank you so much for your support, man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you got a kick out of what this was going to be, but sorry, man. And I hope you're staying safe among COVID as well. But otherwise, cheers, guys. I'll be back in about a little over 3 hours for the Paw Patrol thing, and have a good one.